I've layered up my card now, and as you can see, it's looking really beautiful. I'm really happy with the way all those layers have come together. And I've also stamped my sentiment onto my little oval, and that's actually going to be put on dimensionals onto my card, and I'm ready to add some embellishments. But before I do that, I wanted to show you another card that I've been working on at the same time. My son's friends have just had a little baby, and she's a little girl, so I decided I would make this card in petal pink also, especially for her. And this is it finished, and I wanted to show you how pretty it can look in another color. So as you can see, I've used petal pink, the same techniques. I've gone ahead and I've actually used a stamp to personalize the card and actually popped her name on there. And the stamp set I used for that is our Make a Difference stamp set. This is a really great stamp set because you can stamp each individual letter. There they all are there. And you can join them up so it actually looks like that's been written on there, which is pretty awesome, which I really like. The other thing I've gone ahead and added is a bow. I really love bows for babies. And for this beautiful bow, I've used our ribbon that's in petal pink, and it's called, let me see, Organdy Striped Ribbon in petal pink, and you can see it's really beautiful. It's a really sheer, beautiful organdy ribbon, beautiful for making bows out of. And I've just stuck that on with our mini glue dots. And then I've also added a few little sequins here and there also. And that's from the iridescent sequin assortment. I just picked out some of the pink ones that really went well with my project. I've also added a couple of little pearls on here also, and they're just our pearl basic jewels. So I hope you like that one. The other thing I've also done is I've created an envelope, and I decided to stamp the envelope as well with the elephants and added the sentiment out of that stamp set, Wildly Happy for You. And all of these images are out of the Wildly Happy stamp set, as you can see. So I really love how this turned out in the petal pink. It'd be nice if you did it in balmy blue, I guess, if you knew the little baby was going to be a boy. But this soft seafoam works really well when you don't know what the baby's going to be and you can have it on hand. So I just thought I'd show you that one because it's now going to be given to the new parents, and just so you could see the difference in colors. Well, I'm ready to embellish my card now and finish it off. But before we get to the embellishments, I thought I'd show you how I create card inserts to go on the inside of my card. So I just use my computer and I print mine on the using the computer and using a font that I have downloaded on my computer. And what I like to do is, on the top part of my insert, I like to add some scripture, but you can add anything you like, and it's really nice to make it meaningful to the recipient that you're going to be giving it to. So I'm creating a baby card here, so the scripture I've got is, direct your children onto the right path, and when they're older they will not leave it. And that's in Proverbs 22:6. Because that's really appropriate for babies and bringing up children. But perhaps you have someone that likes a particular song. You could put some song lyrics there. Maybe there's a quote they really like, and you can use that there as well. And then down here on the part that you would be writing on, I just add a congratulations, and you can leave it at that because that pretty much covers everything, but I like to add a little bit extra underneath. And this particular insert would be for a baby shower card, so perhaps the baby's not born yet, and so I've got, can't wait to meet your precious little bundle. So that would be appropriate for a baby that's not born yet. So all I would do then is, I have all this centralized, and so what I need to do is trim 1/2 centimeter off every side, each side, so that I keep everything in the middle. So I trim it 1/2 centimeter, that keeps it smaller than your card. And so then you end up with something like this. This is the one I'm actually going to be using today. So I've trimmed it down and I've simply folded it in half like that. And by the way, I'm actually using cartridge paper for my card inserts. The reason being, I found that normal copier paper, it's too white for the Whisper White and it looks a bit stark. Whereas the cartridge paper, it's more of an off-white and it kind of matches the Whisper White a little bit better. And it's a little bit sturdier as well, so I like using cartridge paper. So as you can see, I've got the same scripture verse here, but this card I'll be actually giving to someone who's already had their baby. So I've just written, congratulations on the safe arrival of your precious little bundle. So you can change it up how you'd like. As I said, you can leave just congratulations, and then there's room there for you to write a message to the recipient. So you'll notice I've also done a little bit of stamping on the inside. I've used the pandas that are on our card, and I've used the little bunnies that are on our card also. And I've decided not to color these in this instance, but you could color them, but I kind of like the black and white sketchy look. It kind of goes with the text. The other thing you can do to your card inserts is that you can actually sponge some ink around the outside edges, and that can look really nice as well. But because I'm keeping everything really soft today with this card, I'm going to leave it white as it is. Now to attach it, all I do is, as I said, fold it in half and make sure you have your top flap on top. Just move that out of the way. And I'm going to be using our tear and tape adhesive. That's this one. I like to use this on my card inserts. And I'm just going to run a piece of tape next to the fold on that top flap. Like that. Trim it off. Then I just remove the backing. Like that. Now I'm going to bring my card in, open it up, and I'm just going to line my insert up with that fold line, underneath that fold line of my card, making sure I've got it in the center of my card. Move it over a little bit. And just keeping it to the bottom of that fold line, and then all I do is I close my card over the top and press down. Now the reason I added my tape to the top flap is that now when I open my card, it opens that flap with it, you see, and so now the insert opens and they can automatically read it. Whereas if I put it on this bottom part, you'd have to sort of lift it up yourself, but that opens up automatically with the card. So that's the insert done. So now I can go ahead and add a little bit of embellishment to the front of my card. The first thing I'm going to do is pop my sentiment on, and all I've done is I've just popped some dimensionals on the back because I want to pop that up a little bit from the rest of the card. So I'll just take those off. And I'm going to pop it in this space here, like that. Now I've also gone ahead and I've tied a bow, and I've used it's called polka dot tulle ribbon, and that's in the Whisper White also. It's really fine and it's got this flocked polka dot on it. It's really lovely. So I've just gone ahead and I've tied a bow in that. And what I want to do is pop this down the bottom. I love bows on babies' cards. I think they're perfect embellishment. And then I'm going to bring my tails up so they stick around there. So what I'm going to use to stick that down is my mini glue dots that I have here. And for the back of the bow, I'm going to add 2. Like that. Add another one, and then I'm going to stick that in the center underneath my oval there, like that. Now to shape my trim, my bottom of my bow, I'm going to use my little pointy tool here, and I'm going to take the glue dot off, and I'm simply going to place that where I want to have my ribbon. So I'm going to pop it under here like that and stick that down. And I actually might trim my ribbon off a little bit. I think it's a little bit long. So I'm going to trim that off a little bit. I'm going to add another one, just like that, underneath the tail, and I just pop it under one of those little dots, one of the flocked dots like that. I'm going to repeat it for the other side. I'm going to make this one bend around like that. I'll pop that one there. Sort of want it to come down like that, and then we're going to bring it across there like that. You don't have to do this, you could just have your little tails hanging down, that would be fine also. I just kind of like the look of the ribbon. Twist it around like that. So there you go, I've got my ribbon all folded around like that. Right, now the other thing I want to add is in these white spaces, I wanted to add a few little sequins, and I'm using our basic adhesive back sequins for this because it comes in the soft seafoam color, which is lovely, and the adhesive is already on the back of these, which is also very helpful. So I'm going to pop them randomly around this white sort of space. I'll pop one up here. I might do another one, I think, here. And I'm also going to use some of our pearl basic jewels. You might notice that I actually have some that are coloured black because I was doing that for another project and I didn't need them all, so I'm just leaving them there in case I need some black ones for another project. So I want to add a couple of these to the sentiment. Like that. And there we have it. There's our finished card, all embellished. You could add perhaps a couple of more little pearls if you'd like around, you know, around on the soft sea foam if you'd like. I might actually add, I think I might want to add, maybe not. I'm deciding whether I want to add a sequin in this space, but I might leave it. I think that looks nice as it is. And also you have the insert inside. The other thing I've gone ahead and done is I've created an envelope to put the card in, and it's always nice to stamp your envelope as well with a matching stamp set. It just draws the whole project together. and it just makes a beautiful gift.